Welcome to Cam Look, your daily dose of the Cincinnati Art Museum. Each weekday, a staff member or volunteer will be sharing an object from the permanent collection and posing questions for discussion. Please check back at 10 a.m. every day for a new work and a new conversation. My name is Mitra, and I'm a docent at the Cincinnati Art Museum. My object today is All the Flowers Are For Me, red. Anila Quayyum Agha was born in Lahore, Pakistan in 1965 and moved to the United States in her 20s. She received her BFA in textile design from the National College of Arts in Lahore in 1989 and an MFA in fiber arts from the University of North Texas in 2004. Agha's mother was an intrepid interior decorator, and Agha would often come home to see rooms completely rearranged, doors moved, and windows relocated. Her father drew architectural plans for their friends' homes as a hobby, and Agha's elementary school art teacher predicted that she would someday become an artist. These confidences gave Agha the certainty of her future as an artist, and she has not looked back. Agha has had solo exhibitions in the United States, the United Arab Emirates, Spain, India, and Pakistan. Along with winning the coveted Art Prize in Grand Rapids, Michigan in 2014, Agha has been the recipient of the 2019 Joan Mitchell Foundation Award and the 2017 Cincinnati Art Museum's Sheely Prize. Agha is currently an associate professor of drawing at the Herron School of Art at Indiana University, Purdue University in Indianapolis. Agha is best known for her large laser-cut lacquered steel installations that manipulate light to create immersive and contemplative environments. Her 5 feet by 5 feet by 5 feet cube, All the Flowers Are For Me, red, from 2017, takes up an entire room and speaks to Agha's role as a humanist and an artist. In All the Flowers Are For Me, Agha turns for inspiration to British conceptual artist Cornelia Parker's use of the single light source, and her idea that shadows on the floor and on the wall are as much a part of the work as the object itself. Agha's work uses a single source light that emanates from the center of a heavy steel cube, the shadows of which cover the walls, ceiling, and floor of the gallery with Islamic, geometric, and floral patterns. The entire room is transformed, and people walking through the gallery become a part of the art itself. The shadows change as one navigates the space, and no clear boundary or separation exists between the patterns and the wandering self. Through these rippling shadows, Agha keeps multiple, sometimes conflicting ideas in balance. She works in contrasts, such as the feminine versus the masculine, the private versus the public, light versus shadows. Her work explores cultural and social issues that affect women in patriarchal societies, along with the immigrant experience of alienation and dislocation. Agha's cube itself is a nod to the Kaaba in Saudi Arabia, which is the most sacred site in Islam. Agha's geometric and floral patterns evoke the sacred space of a mosque, especially the Alhambra, where many faiths coexisted harmoniously. Agha hopes to see that unity replicated in society someday. Agha created All the Flowers Are For Me following the death of her mother and the wedding of her son, both of which occurred almost simultaneously. Agha explains that red is the color of weddings in Pakistan, reminding one of new beginnings and the warmth of the womb. In Agha's work, the steel cube is levitated, even though it is very heavy. It seems both effortless, but in fact much effort has gone into creating the balance between the heaviness of the object and the fragility of the patterns. Agha writes, "These patterns pay homage to the organic, to which death is inevitably linked, but from which new life also emerges. The many-colored metallic embroidery threads are used in women's wedding dresses in Pakistan, but never for shrouds. In stitching these threads into paper and cutting patterns in steel, I connect the wedding that is believed to be the beginning of a woman's life-giving journey and the funeral that is its ultimate end. From working on paper to stitching to installations, Agha has removed her hand through the computer modeling of her laser-cut steel sculptures. Through the perforations on the steel, Agha has folded layers upon layers of meaning into her immersive experiences. As the concerns in the world become larger, ranging from the domestication of women to issues of race, cultural partisanship, and immigration, Agha sees her role as a cultural life-giver, passing on her artistry to not only please her viewers, but to uplift other artists. In this regard, she models Sol LeWitt, an artist who also used his time to demonstrate what a good human being could be like. What is one cause that you hold dear as you look at Agha's work today? What is a symbol that you use to visually illustrate your cause? Thank you, and I hope to see you again sometime soon.